Hi, I'm Robin Trimingham, and I'm here with Bill Storie, the founder of Olderhood.com, and you're listening to Radio Olderhood, Retirement Happiness, a continuing series. So, Bill, what's on your mind today?
Hi, Robin. Hi, everybody. I think I would like to perhaps let you take lead today, because I thought you wrote a tremendously good article this morning. By the way, this is recorded on a Sunday this weekend, folks, called Living in the Moment, which was posted on Olderhood.com and also on a Facebook page. So
what did you like about it?
I just felt that I don't know. I just thought you got the words right. I think you got the concept right. Life is for living in the moment, and you can look backwards and remember things, etc. But sometimes I don't think it's advisable to look in the rear view mirrors too often, or pay attention too much to what happened, in years gone by. I mean, it's past.
But I think our whole culture these days is designed around looking backwards. I mean, how often is it that you go for lunch with friends, or you have a drink on a Friday night, or maybe you're just talking on your Facebook page, and what's the chatter always about? The chatter's always about, oh, did you hear what happened to so-and-so?
Yeah.
Or, I'm so angry about this, that, or the other, and you're always talking about things that are from the past.
Well, but I'm looking, if I can find my notes here, but I'm looking at one sort of small paragraph that you had in your article, and it says, so how on earth do you start when you have 50 to 70 years of memories, worries, fears and disappointments to contend with? I mean, I read that and I thought, oh my goodness me, she's absolutely, correct. 50 to 70 years of memories. I mean, that's a long time. But I think certainly for the Olderhood audience, that's probably...
Well, you know what I was thinking about? I actually was thinking about my own grandfather on my mother's side, and he was involved in both World War I and World War II. And yet, when I remember him as a little girl growing up, he was just this really intelligent, friendly guy who drank a lot of tea and, went for walks around his farm. And I thought, how in the world does a guy like that put, the tragedies and the atrocities that he witnessed firsthand behind him? And I realized that there's only one way. You just have to decide to stop.
Well, I think that's right, and I think this year, 2014, being the centenary of the start of World War One, some of the memories that some of these people have from what happened in World War One, is really just sort of, very tough. But I think, as I say, I think it was just because when you said 50 to 70 years, I don't want this to be a sad, morose kind of conversation, but I really felt that your article just hit home.
Well, it puts it in perspective, because by that mode of thinking, the longer you've lived, the more things you have to forget.
No, that's right.
Even if you've had a relatively, tragedy-free, happy life, there's always stuff. I mean, people pass in and out of your life, and you move, or you lose things, or you find things, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I mean, when we talk about 50 to 70 years, I mean, it's not all bad memories. I mean, you can have good memories as well, and it's amazing how certain things trigger. I mean, I remember...
Well, that's why the quote at the beginning says, look to the past only as it gives you pleasure. In other words, only remember the happy stuff. Let the rest of it go.
I remember years ago when I went to university in Edinburgh, in Scotland, and I remember one particular day I had toothache. I mean, this is true. I had toothache, and I had to go to the dentist. And next door to the dentist's office, there was a bakery, and the smell of the bakery was kind of all over the street. So anyway, I remember I went in and I got my teeth done or whatever sort of thing, And from then to even to today, every time I walk past a bakery shop, I think about my teeth.
You think of the dentist?
Seriously, I go, I smell. And then I remember back to Edinburgh, and I think, oh my goodness me, that's right, I got my teeth done.
It's funny. They say that the smell of a bakery is one of the key triggers of childhood memories. They've proven that. So it's very strange.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things. You talk about memories.
Well, you know what? We're just going to have to admit to everybody that Sonny is in the studio today, and he's absolutely determined to make his contribution to this conversation.
Yeah, I think he wants to be heard all over the world.
Sonny is one of the lucky few who lives entirely in the moment, and his whole mode of being is what are we doing now, and what's going to happen next.
Well,
and he's not terribly impressed with our conversation, and he'd rather get on to the what next.
And I mean, the studio or the office that we're in here isn't that big. Mind you, Sonny isn't that big either, so it's probably fair size for him. So he doesn't have, a lot of places to run and whatever sort of thing. But anyway, he's saying hello to everybody. So
I guess we're going to have to teach him some manners. Yeah. Either that or teach him to bark in a few foreign languages so all the other dogs around the world can understand it.
In Tagalog or something like
there
that.
Will we do that? Exactly.
Okay. Good luck with that one.
Well, I think that's a good place to stop for today. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/olderhood.com, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Okay, bye everybody.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.